Concentration, a requisite for finding God. To be able to concentrate is essential for spiritual progress. Without concentration, you shall never find God. Learn how to shut out of your consciousness all sounds and other earthly distractions. As soon as your consciousness is right, God is there. He isn't hiding from you, you are hiding from Him. When in deep meditation you see any inner light, try to hold it, and to feel you are inside it, one with it. That is where God is. Try to realize you are that light of God. The more peace you feel during concentration and the longer you concentrate, the deeper you will go in God. If the time given to reading books about spiritual truth were spent in meditation, you would have far greater advancement both mentally and spiritually. Sleep less and give more hours to meditation. The rest you will enjoy is 100 times more refreshing than sleep. Unless you can cut off sounds from your consciousness, you cannot reach God. That is why saints have sought the seclusion of caves and forests. Plunge into the inner silence again and again by practicing the methods of concentration and meditation I have given you, and you will find great peace and happiness. The Gita says, free from ever-hoping desires and from cravings for possessions, with the heart, waves of feeling, controlled by the soul, by yoga concentration, retiring alone to a quiet place. The yogi should constantly try to unite with the soul. The silence of deep meditation should be practiced more in all churches and temples. Everyone should talk less. During my hermitage training in India, my guru, Swami Sri Yukswar, would lecture to us only once in a while. Most of the time we sat around him without any talking and concentrated within. If we even stirred, he would reprove us. A real teacher possesses more than book knowledge, and in spiritual life it is necessary to learn wisdom from such a teacher, one who knows, and knows that he knows, because he has experienced, not merely read about, truth. The invisible source of visible worlds. Space is divided into two parts or aspects. On one side of space is creation. On the other side is God alone. Creation is completely absent. That is the world of the darkless dark and the lightless light. In the Gita, the Lord says, where no sun or moon or fire shines, that is my supreme abode. The same duality is true of human consciousness. Your being has two sides, one visible, the other invisible. With open eyes you behold objective creation and yourself in it. With closed eyes you see nothing, a dark void, yet your consciousness, even when dissociated from form, is still keenly aware and operative. If in deep meditation you penetrate the darkness behind closed eyes, you behold the light from which all creation emerges. By deeper samadhi, your experience transcends even the manifested light and enters the all-blissful consciousness, beyond all form, yet infinitely more real, tangible, and joyous than any sensory or supersensory perception. God has given you the opportunity to observe in your own consciousness the operation of the same laws that govern the universe. The state of consciousness without form that is experienced with closed eyes may be compared to the endless region of darkless dark and lightless light, where God exists without any of the forms, qualities, and dualities that characterize the sphere of His material creation. In this boundless stretch of eternity behind creation, God alone lives in the unqualified consciousness of ever-existing, ever-conscious, ever-new bliss. No world or any other created thing exists in His consciousness in that part of infinity where He reigns as the Absolute. But on the other side of space, He is aware of everything, all creation, in Himself. In the invisible is the factory of the universe. Einstein said that space looks very suspicious because everything comes out of it and everything disappears into it. Whither do electrons vanish and whole worlds? Anytime you become fascinated by some material creation, close your eyes, look within, and contemplate its source. You see nothing, feel nothing. Yet all visible objects have come out of that invisible. The light shineth in darkness. If you keep peering into the darkness, you will find that great light. Behind the darkness is the Christ consciousness. Behind the darkness is the teeming life of other worlds. In my Father's house are many mansions. Right behind space is intelligence. And right behind you is God, live no longer in ignorance of His presence. Churn the darkness with your meditation. Don't stop until you find Him. There is so much to know. so much to see within. The answer to every problem will come to you straight from the infinite. The truths that I perceive within by meditation reveal the basis of physiological laws that science is discovering by other methods. When I close my eyes, I can see the subtle life currents flowing in my body. And the quietness you experience when your eyes are closed, don't feel you are alone. God is with you. Why should you think He is not? The ether is filled with music that is caught by the radio, music that otherwise you would not know about. And so it is with God. He is with you every minute of your existence, yet the only way to realize this is to meditate. And those of you who do meditate should go deeper. Don't fall asleep at night until you actually feel some expression of the presence of God within you. Peer into that darkness until you discover its wondrous secrets. For your encouragement, I tell you of an experience I had today in the superconscious state. I was sitting in the library at MT, Washington. It was about 4 o'clock. Suddenly, my breath disappeared. My limbs became rigid. I found myself watching the process of death. Breath and movement had left my body, yet I was conscious. This experience of death was wonderful. I saw my body and all nature as a cosmic motion picture created from God's light. Joyously I cried, "There is no death, Lord." This whole world is nothing but a movie. A ruler on his throne may say, "Ah, I am king, but let death give one knock and he is gone." He is a real king who feels God in all forms in creation. Death shall not frighten him, because he beholds it as a portal to the divine kingdom.